What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another video from the 10-7 MMA channel. And once again, as we are nearing the end of 2024, I want to make another video about my favorite three whatever for 2024. And this is going to be about mixed martial arts journalists. As I've mentioned many times on the show, hearing the stories of the fighters, understanding what makes them tick, what got them into the sport, etc. All of that, I would say, is equally as fascinating to me in particular as a fan as are the fights themselves. So today I wanted to highlight the three journalists that, in my opinion, has really helped to make this year absolutely phenomenal with their incredible interviews and storytelling, etc. So we're going to jump into MMA journalist number one. This is no surprise. This is Ariel Helwani. Of course, Ariel Helwani is the best in the business, a tried and true reporter and a journalist. He always interviews the best of the best fighters. And what's amazing about Ariel is if you want to hear really solid questions, really get into the nitty gritty and into the weeds with fighters about what makes them tick, where they want to go, who they are as people beyond just fighting, Ariel's the guy to check in with. For like 17 years now or 15 years, he's been MMA Journalist of the Year. And the reason why is not only is he phenomenal at asking questions, at listening, at pausing, and not talking over the fighters, but he's constantly trying to get better. And you can see that in his work. He continues to up his game, bring more content to fans. And I think that tells us that he is still passionate as ever about what he does. And that makes him, to me, the GOAT of the sport and just the best to listen to. All right. Moving on to number two. This is not somebody that's always been at the top of my list, but this year for sure. And that is Kevin Iole. And that is because Kevin Iole asks really difficult questions that I think a lot of reporters are afraid to ask. And he asked them to Dana White, who's definitely notorious for intimidating a lot of reporters. But Kevin Iole asked him point blank, almost had a debate with him about whether or not John Jones is considered to be the pound for pound greatest fighter in the UFC actively right now. He's pressed him on other issues as well this year. He's also started his own YouTube channel this year and has kind of stepped away from, I don't remember what organization he worked for before, but he's kind of stepping out on his own. And I give him a lot of respect for doing that. I think it's very commendable. And his interviews are some of the best around as well. If you haven't checked out Kevin Iole, I highly recommend it. Last but not least, we're going to go to my boy, Oscar Willis, who trains also at Extreme Couture with my co-host, Justin James. And Oscar Willis, I'm going to say multiple things about him. Now, number one, he, of course, is an amazing journalist. He's always asking terrific questions at press conferences and post-fight, pre-fight, all that stuff. He's one of the best when it comes to those questions. But what you got to respect about Oscar, which I think you can't say about too many fighters, is he trains. And not only does he train, he fights. He's had one mixed martial arts fight, which he won. And he's had a bare knuckle fight as well, which is a terrifying sport. And he won that as well. So you got to give Oscar Willis massive props, both as a journalist, but also somebody who's trying to understand what it's like to be from what it's like to fight and learn what it is to be a fighter from a fighter's perspective. You got to give that massive respect, because I think that type of perspective can only make him that much better than everybody else in the field. All right, that's it. This is a quick one, guys. Let me know what you think in the comments. If you agree, disagree, if there's anybody that you think I left out. Thank you guys so much for joining. Like this video. If you do like it, make sure to subscribe if you want to see more. Thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next video. Take it easy.